All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kiam. And this is your brother Abawan, back again with another video. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. All praises and glory is due. And this is an article from the World Economic Forum. One of the enemies of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, but realistically, all these organizations, they are the enemy of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, whether it's the Washington Post, the New York Post, MSN, CNBC, CNN, BBC, Fox News, the Daily Report, the Daily Mail, Daily Wire, whatever, all these sites, all these organizations, they are against the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And that is why you have to constantly be going through these different organizations and be looking at what they are doing on the earth now to find out and report on their activities. So this is going into the current plague of microplastics that is going about the earth, because this whole thing about microplastics is also a plague. You find out that, oh, there's microplastics in the water, there's microplastics in sperm, there's microplastics in the brain, there's microplastics everywhere in the air. You're breathing in the microplastics. And that shows you that there's a plague currently happening on the earth of these microplastics just being everywhere. And well, way to there is no solution for it right now in Esau's kingdom, because this is how these devils operate. Okay, the reason why you have so much microplastic existing is because Esau, Edom, the so-called red man that is ruling over the earth, had spread it, and used it because it is a cheaper alternative to actually, more natural, right, more biodegradable um products like paper, and other, like paper, different other parchments that are used to either hold material, glass as well, copper and things like that, because of how cheap and easy plastics are to make. Because at the end of the day, plastics are also a form of um fossil fuel, because some of the waste products that are made from fossil fuel production, that's your gas, your diesel, and your other forms of fuel that are derived from fossil fuel, from crude oil, from petroleum. Some of the waste products that are made in that process, in the process of distilling petrol, because how you convert fossil fuel to petroleum and all the other products is basically you distill it, right? Because fossil fuel in and of itself is something called a mixture in chemistry. So it's basically when multiple chemicals are mixed in together, and in order to get extract the gas from it, the petroleum that is used, that is used as fuel, or the diesel, all these products have their various melting and boiling points. So I believe the one with the lowest boiling point is diesel, then petroleum, then kerosene, and all the other waste products. So what is done is distillation. You put it, you heat it, and eventually, once the products begin to evaporate, and I know what you're thinking. How does fuel evaporate? If it gets hot, why doesn't it just combust? Well, it doesn't, because it's a special. That's why it's called distilling instead of burning. It's actually a special process that they use in order to extract it. What I do know is that they extract it by way of, extracting the, when it's boiled, they extract the petroleum, they extract the diesel, they extract the kerosene. And that's how your fossil fuel becomes processed. So, like I was saying, the waste products from this distillation is now used, is now used for plastics. Okay, and that's how you have plastics. But the thing about plastics is that they are not biodegradable. So, that's why you have the plastic island that exists in the Pacific Ocean, right? That's why you have plastics in the ocean. And now another problem they are dealing with are microplastics. So let me get this precept. And I believe that is in the book of Isaiah. And that was, this is the main precept I wanted to bring out for this video. So the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 6. And the blue letter isn't loading. So I'm just going to use the blue letter isn't loading. So I'm just going to use the regular KJV. So this is the book of Isaiah 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Right, and basically the point I'm getting there is the earth has been defiled under the inhabitants thereof, and the inhabitants that is being spoken of there is Esau, Edom, and the inhabitants of this world, the people of the Babylonians, the people of this kingdom that follow in the ways of Babylon the Great, because they are also complicit in this manner, or it's like in this matter. Okay, and I don't know why this thing decided to just close out of nowhere. I wanted to start reading it. So let's get into the article. Microplastics. Are we facing a new health crisis? And what can be done about it? So let's go into it a little bit. The article was first published in June 2022, updated in January 2023, and again in August 2024. So this is speaking about the article, and the article has been getting updated since all the way back in 2022. So let's read some of the bullet points. Microplastics have been found in the land, sea, and air, across the food chain and throughout the human body. Right, like I was saying, microplastics in the sperm, microplastics in the brain, microplastics in food, microplastics in the air. That's just showing you just how prevalent this plague of microplastics really is. Okay, and it's also showing you that, man, Esau Edom is truly the devil, because it is under their rule that this kind of things is happening. And it goes without saying, it doesn't need to be explained, the reason why, having all these microplastics in your body is actually toxic, because first and foremost, it's a major cancer risk, right? And secondly, of course, having these foreign particles inside your body could cause all manner of complications, and even illnesses as well. So that's the reason why it's so dangerous to have these microplastics in you. you know and the long-term effects of these things are yet to be seen, because this is just a recent discovery. And it's also making me think of the book of Matthew 24, verse 14, I believe. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Right, then you can get that precept as well, because we are in these times right now, the times of the end, right, where Esau's kingdom is coming to an end, and the end of this kingdom needs to come swiftly. If this isn't evidence that the end of this kingdom needs to come swiftly, then I don't know what is. So this is the book of Matthew 24, verse 12. And Matthew 24, verse 12. Exactly. Matthew 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right, and in the days that are coming into, in these last days especially, you are seeing more and more just how deadly, just how dangerous Esau Edom's rulership is, just how much of the earth that Esau Edom has destroyed by way of his rulership, through his rulership. Okay, and this is the reason why the Messiah, Yahweh Sham Yahushua, is coming down with such great wrath, because it's not just about the wickedness that Esau Edom has done against our people, that is, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. It's not just the wickedness that Esau Edom has done against our people, but also the wickedness that he has done against the whole world. Okay, that's why the scriptures say that the Most High Yahweh Sham Yahushua will destroy him that destroys the earth. Let me get that precept. I think that should be in the book of Revelation. Yeah, this is it right here. So this is the book of Revelation 11, and I'll start from verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto the servants of the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. So this is, of course, going into at the return of our Lord Yahushai, that he will reward the elect of the nation of Israel. He would reward the righteous of our people, and ultimately bring judgment upon Esau, Edom, for their wickedness against not just you Israelites, okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, not just you Israelites, but against the whole world, because Esau, Edom, right, by way of his wickedness, he has defiled the whole earth. And that's why the scriptures say in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, that he turned the world into a wilderness. That's exactly what this is going into. Because it doesn't just mean it means a wilderness as in a desolate, as in, a completely desolate, lawless land. That's exactly what Esau Edom has done. We're not even going into that one as well, where Esau Edom has taken away justice and the law from this kingdom. But what we're focusing on right now is the pollution that Esau Edom pushes in the form of these microplastics. We're not even talking about the carbon emissions that these devils are pushing all over the earth. And that makes me think of a video. This is a new video that I think it was Dr. Shahid Bolton, Middle Earth on YouTube, that he did, where he was talking about how the West has basically outsourced their own pollution. So that's why you see that if you look at the carbon footprint, right, and the carbon emissions of the West, it has become lower than it's one of the lowest in the world. And if you look at places like South America and China, you see that their carbon emissions are the highest in the world. And the reason for that is because of the outsourcing that is being done by the West to China, right? Because a lot of these companies, especially in places like Babylon the Great and the UK, Silicon Valley, a lot of the companies where they produce your iPhones and your Android phones are in China. And that's the reason why the emissions are so high. Because a lot of the products that are being, made by these Babylonian companies, Apple, Google, Tesla, and so on and so forth, are being either made or assembled or both in China. But I know that most of these products are being made in China, but some of them are being made and assembled in China. So let's continue reading these bullet points going into the current plague of microplastics. It is still unclear what the environmental and health impacts of microplastics could be, but a recent study points to the possibility that they can increase the likelihood of heart attack, stroke, or death. Right, so the complications these things can cause are still unclear. But one thing that you can be rest assured of is that they will cause complications. So the last bullet point, with pollution ranked in the World Economic Forum's Global Risk Report 2024 as the 10th greatest threat, concerted and urgent action is required. Right. And you already know what the WEF is planning on doing, right? There's no secret. They already said it that, the steps that they want to take in order to ensure, no carbon footprint is things like, cutting off, things like changing people from a meat diet to eating bugs, right? Also, as well, all kind of things that they're about to do. Basically, the motto of Carl Schwab right now: you will own nothing and be happy. So the idea is to cut off on those liberties that may be deemed quote unquote harmful to the environment. Which, of course, the only reason why these things are harmful to the environment is because you have Esau Edom in control of those industries. Because farming and growing meats shouldn't be harmful to the environment, but because Esau Edom is at the head of it, they basically industrialized it. You have these abattoirs where they're basically just throwing cows in there and turning them into meat, and that's what is making the carbon go up. Because what is powering these abattoirs, right? Fuel, whether it's coal or actual fossil fuel, or even just the power grid, right? These things are causing the carbon emissions to go up. So now Esau is saying that, oh well, preparing meat is bad for the environment because it is increasing the risk of global warming. So what we do instead is we create these solutions, these bug diets, and that's the next step that these devils are pushing for, because it all lines up with the MOTB, the bug diet, right? The philosophy that the WEF is trying to promote. What the WEF is trying to push the most. It all lines up with Bible prophecy, because, like I said, the MOTB, and as it is coming, they will also be moving this agenda forward. So continuing on, there's a growing evidence of there's a growing body of evidence about how widespread microplastics have become across land, sea, air, and the impact they could be having on human health. Some experts believe that we are on the brink of a plastic health crisis. The brink. The thing is, this has already begun, right? The fact that you have people already noticing that, oh, these microplastics are basically everywhere, and even going as far as being in your body, it already proved that we are already in the situation right now, man. Because ultimately, whatever will come, and hey, that's through the spirit and power. How about Sham Yosha? Whatever judgment will take place because of this is through the spirit and power of the Hour of Hashem Yahushua. But let's continue reading. In 2022, microplastics were discovered in human blood. Now, scientists have found evidence of microplastics in our brains. To give some perspective, it's estimated that the average person can eat, drink, and breathe between 78,000 and 211,000 microplastic particles each every year. So now let's go into the definition of microplastics. What are microplastics? Microplastics are pieces of plastic debris under 5 millimeters in length, explains the US National Ocean Service. And basically, these plastics break down and become, so small enough to be carried by the air, and people are breathing it in, and it's being found in different parts of the body. It's being found all over the place, because right now that's where it is going, all over the place. And this is once again you point the finger at Esau, Edom, because they are the ones that cause the pollution in the first place. They're the ones that cause the use of this. That I was saying, the ones that cause the use of this plastic to be a thing, because of the greed of Esau, Edom. Okay, let's continue reading. Some such some such as microbeads, typically found in cosmetics and toiletry products, are designed to be small, while other plastic gradually breaks down to size. Although microbeads are now banned in many countries, the problem of plastic pollution is far from resolved. According to the UNEP, up to 23 million tons of plastic waste leaks into the world's water system every year. And this is why the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua has to completely destroy, right, Esau's kingdom, completely wipe it out, because this kingdom is completely polluted by Esau Edom. So the Lord for the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to bring in a pure, perfect kingdom. He has to completely undo, completely destroy all the damage that Esau Edom has done to the world. So that's why the missiles are going to go out. So the chariots are going to be zapping everybody and zapping everything. And that's garbage island that you have in the Pacific right now, because of Esau Edom's wickedness. And the most I how about Shami Rashad going to destroy that shit, man. Going to completely wipe it off the face of the earth, and then will bring in a righteous, sincere, a perfect kingdom where you won't have to be worrying about these microplastics nonsense, right? But right now, as you're under Esau's rulership, this is your reality. This is what you have to accept. Freaking breathing in noxious, not even noxious fumes, self, microplastic. And this is what they are breathing in, like I was saying, breathing in the microplastics. So yeah, let me end the video right here. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Basham, Raka Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom. And through the Spirit, I hope you are calm and your acquires were edified. Shalom.